Hi, I'm Bruce, I'm the guitarist.
And I'm Dave, the drummer. And we are GEVAUDAN.
Ricky here, Metal to the Masses, London 2016. We're in the depths of Nambucca. I'm here with GEVAUDAN. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. Just good.
We're in a secret location. Lots of camo above us, but we'll be okay.
Top secret location.
Yeah,
just off the Holloway Road in London, if anyone wants to know.
Exactly.
It's alright.
I suppose we'll start from the beginning. How did you guys form and where did it all start?
We formed in early 2013. I'd been in a band previously, got split up, and I had a lot of music to give, so I got in contact with people who had joined my band, and we were gigging by the end of the year.
And how do you guys sound for this audience?
Heavy.
Doom, sludgy, kicking Black Sabbath forward into the 21st century.
I would like to say we probably sound like if you took Black Sabbath and gave it a massive shot of adrenaline, probably give you an idea as to how we kind of want to sound.
Yeah,
that's an interesting discussion. What have you got material-wise out at the moment? And what are you working on?
at the minute we've got one EP which we're gigging 2014, Message for the Gang, which is a 3-track release. We also gig a single in 2014, The Burning of the Black Sun. We're currently in the middle of the writing process for a follow-up, which will be a longer EP, which we're going to look to record probably in the middle of this year. And then after that, we'll hit an album.
Yeah, so we're just going through basically just making the final works, looking to head into the studio real soon. Got quite a few very much longer songs, which sort of give an idea as to where the band is at now, as our songs get longer and longer and longer.
And slower and slower and slower. We're just trying to stretch out a bit more and explore what we've been doing on the road since the last release.
I suppose how does a track come about for you guys? Do you draw from certain influences, or how does it work?
For me, mostly the tracks follow the flow in one continuous stream. I'll start playing a riff and it will sort of come together. I'll put the pieces together and then I'll show Andy and Dave. We'll jam the tracks out in the studio and they write their own parts and make my songs a lot better. And then when it's all said and done, we get Agam, we give him the song and he can write lyrics in 5-10 minutes.
I think it's the fact we're quite lucky in the sense that we've both got, or indeed we've all got the ability to sort of work on our own tracks at home. Yeah. So it'll start with just a simple riff, and then I'll chop up something on the drums at home, and then Andy will do his part, and then we meet up together and we'll make sure the song is absolutely
when we come
solid instrumentally.
They flow very, very quickly.
So it brings something to the table.
Yeah.
How was the kind of elimination process, or how does it merge? Is that quite smooth, or does it take longer, or expected?
I'll come up with 20 minutes of music and say, what do you like, what don't you like, what do you think we can work on now, or put it on the back burner for 6 months and it might fit better in the set. A song we're working on at the minute, I wrote when the band first started, and at the time it didn't fit, there was a part missing. So then we worked on it, and it was like, yeah, this will now fit in with the direction we're going in.
It's definitely like you're having a guitarist such as Bruce in the band. As much as I don't want to inflate his ego too much, it's really quite good to have someone that will just churns out riff after riff after riff, and we're quite happy to say that yeah, we're not too sure on this one. There's just so much to choose from that we actually have the option to work around things and then add our own style into things, and then everything really just clicks.
So you're not trying to grab something that's in there. There's loads to work with. That's really great.
It flows out like a river sometimes. And it doesn't stop.
That's really good. So we're here at Metal to the Masses, London, 2016 now. How did you hear about the competition and get involved?
I first heard about it before we applied in 2014. I'd obviously heard of Bloodstock, but I hadn't known the route to the festival through Metal to the Masses, so we went through and prepared very quickly in 2013 to do the first heat of Metal to the Masses in 2014. We had a really good experience. We took a year off. We took a year off of it. Decided to come back again this year and try again.
Yeah, we hit the semi-finals when we did it, so we'd like to go all the way this time. I mean, we'd only played 3 times live before we entered Metal to the Masses 2013. So for someone like me, I mean, I've only been playing drums about 2 years. So I pretty much just walked into this world where I was looking at all these other bands thinking, oh my god, the quality is just insane. So to be involved in something like that is really something special, and I'd thoroughly recommend to any band coming through at whatever level.
Even if you don't get anywhere, it's a good experience, and you get to meet people and bands that we never normally get to play with. What they do and what we do.
You feel part of the scene.
And we've made some good friends out of it.
It definitely is like a good community around this competition. Everybody
having
a good laugh upstairs.
And it's out of Mick, we've got 2 or 3 other gigs, and it's good. It's a good solid foot in the door in the London scene, which is really good for us. 2 or 3 really good gigs as well, I should point out. Very good.
We played a Desert Fest warm up under Mick at the Dev in Camden, literally just before Desert Fest. Absolutely brilliant. It's the only reason why we do it is to get out on stage and see people having a good time. We feed off that. Brilliant.
I mean, how do you just following off of that? Like, how you've probably seen the competition evolve in terms of what is on offer. Obviously, there's the guitar, like the guitar.
Looking forward to that. It's right-handed, and then I'm going to have to speak to him about that.
We'll tie his left hand behind his back. Then
Just chugging it.
Absolutely, yeah.
So you had your eyes on it. Obviously, there's interviews like this, radio play, and how do you think that helps you?
I think it's been good. And then when we did the thing in 2014, it was the first time I'd ever heard myself on the radio, and it was like you get that star moment first, and it's been really good. And it gave us a solid thing to start basing our PR and our own promo off as well. And gave a very young band a great chance of getting into a scene.
And you also get to get support from bands that have played Bloodstock or may have already won the competition. I mean, we've received advice off of umpteen great bands that have been in the competition previously, and we're friends with now. For example, I just talking to some of the guys from Zocalo. Check them out. Brilliant guys. Brilliant music that we found out through this competition, and we like to think that we could reach their level.
What about some of the bands you played with, or that you hear on the bill? What is
I think we played with some great bands both times we won the competition. When we did the first heat this year, it was really good to see our friends open. So again, of course, we played with them in 2013. We did the last gig of the year, which was also with Mick. We did our EP launch, and I think every band had a CD out that night, so it was like a reunion, which was really good.
That's good,
And I know Dave's been coming to a few of the heats and seeing people from Dark Eye and all the other bands that played before. It's been really good. I've seen things which I would never normally go and watch live, and some of them would blow me away.
And sometimes you'd be surprised with the bill being such varied. It's you really get.
Well, that's the great thing is that it is varied. You know, regardless of what genre you are, you know, you're treated on merit. And I mean, talking about bands that we played with, we actually did our first heat with Derailus, who won through last week at the Mosh Pit. I mean, it's amazing because I'd never met any of the guys from Derailus before. It turns out that Joe, the guitarist, lives in the town next to me.
Oh, wow. He's
2 minutes down the road, and yet I've never met before. And now, you know, it's brought us together, and we've got chatting, and it snowballs from there.
It's just nice to come back a second time. It's like see Nick and Geezer and see yourself, and it's like family.
No, it's true. Yeah. How do you think the kind of judging thing works? Do you like that, the way it's done with the reading the...
I think it's good because it's not like a normal contest of who can bring the most mates along and who can drink the most beer. It's quite fair, and also we've received some really good praise about what we've been doing and stuff we can work on, which we have taken on board. And
I really just have to second that because, you know, like when I first started playing live, I was like, the band that I used to play for, as much as I wasn't in the band at the time, I joined later, they entered the Battle of the Bands, and it was all about, the vote was, right, when you go to the bar, tell them who you're voting for, and that's it. No independent judges, it was just who turned up on the night. You know, like, that's, in my opinion, you know, that's just not fair. That's just not fair. So it's a great medium to say 50% audience, 50% judges that know what they're talking about, know what to look out for, and just part of the scene. And I think that's fantastic. It's something you see very rarely now.
It must be really hard for the judges to look beyond their own personal tastes and their interest in judge the band and what it is, because a lot of times being in a good metal band, we're the slowest, loudest band on the bill, and sometimes that really works for us, and sometimes people just don't
in that
get
position,
it.
It's a really difficult thing to do. You just have to
everyone is really open minded.
You just got to kind of personal taste go out, and you just have to.
It's like when we did the first heat this year, the first band on the female fronted keyboard in power metal, and then there was Open Sight who were really progressive, Derailus who were really full on heavy, and then usually we'd scan out like a sore thumb on that bill, but everyone sort of working together and it's a good community.
I suppose on a final note, for anybody out there who hasn't seen you guys live or heard of you before, what would your message be to them?
Bring earplugs, because we only play at one volume. You'll have fun. If you like Black Sabbath, you'll love us. We have a good time and we like to enjoy every show.
Yeah, so just if it's something that you say that Doom's not necessarily my thing, just lend us your ears for one gig. I will be bringing on a special piece of drum equipment to all my gigs, but I'll leave that down to you to find out.
It's a triangle.
Electric triangle. It's not an electric triangle. But go and check us out. All I will say is things are going to get loud, things are going to get slow, they're going to get heavy, and you're going to have a good time. So come and join us down the front and support metal to the masses.
Peace, love, and praise Ione.
We told you not to say that, Bruce.
We like you on it, mate.
Thanks very much, guys. Best of luck in your quarter final.
Thank you very much, Ricky.
Cheers, and we're out.